What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Beg your pardon, the screen's going to go black for a second. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys a lot. Team of the Year is done and dusted. Of course, we know now that Headliners is well on its way. Yesterday, we built this Premier League team to start going for icon swaps. And I will continue that over the coming days and such for sure. People seem to take real offense that I put Walker at right back and Cancelo at centre back. It's not that deep. It's just for icon swaps. I only needed 3 wins. It's not like I still need 2 wins. Well, let's hope that I only need 2 more wins. Yeah, 4. So I need 3 more wins. It just doesn't make that much of a difference, especially now that I put the chem styles on. But today I forgot, and thankfully I was like just browsing through this morning, looking to what I was going to record and stuff, that the ZH card only has 2 days left. So we're going to be focusing on him today. So the offline stuff I'll do in my own time. So we need to score a low-driven shot in Rivals. I'm just going to have to force myself to remember that. That's squad battles. I'll do that off camera. We need to score 12 goals using midfielders in Rivals, which I don't know why Team of the Year De Bruyne didn't count. I guess he counts as an attacker, but we'll work on that as well. We need to assist with a lob-through pass using Eredivisie players in 3 separate Rivals matches. That's not wins, that's just matches, which is nice. And then score using Eredivisie players in 5 separate Rivals wins. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a squad with not too many Eredivisie players. I think I have a few that I really want to use. I'll do. I've got a few that I want to use. We're going to start in the 4-3-3-3, I believe. No, 4-3-3. No, 4-3-3-4. Yes, there we go. Obviously, the Triangle of Dreams over on the left-hand side. Tagliafico comes in nice and hot. We also have Quincy Promes to come in on that left-hand side as well. And they obviously strong link. And then in at centre mid / cam, we'll have the ZH that I packed already, the team of the group stage ZH to go in there. So they will all get perfect chemistry with each other. I believe I still have a Donny Malen in form from the Eredivisie, who back in the day, yeah, there we go. Back in the day, he was brilliant. 34 goals and 23 assists in 45 games. He was truly brilliant. I don't know how well he's going to keep up now. You know, he hasn't got the most insane chem style. Why did I put a finisher on him? Let's get that off. Let's pop a sniper on him. His pace is already great. So the sniper for the dribbling boost and the shooting boost, it's a good shooting boost as well. So 95 finishing. He doesn't get the full boost just yet, so we'll wait till we've got the full team in. But after that, so we're going to play 4-2-2 as per usual. We're going to play Promes and Malen at striker, ZH at cam. I wouldn't mind using De Bruyne again here as one of my other cams, but it's going to be really, really hard to put together that, basically, because I don't want to position change him back down, basically. And I don't really have much else. We're going to have to use either Bernardo Silva off chem, or we can go back to a Politano setup. But even with Politano, what we're looking at is a stress because we don't really have much going on. I need CDMs really, don't I? I don't know who I want to use. Do I want to bring Guardiola back in? I mean, that'll get full chem on Malen there. See, now if I had Tonali as a centre midfielder, again, I don't want to not use chem styles. I just really don't want to like force through position modifiers. Like to convert either De Bruyne or Tonali down to a centre mid, it's going to cost me like 7,000-8,000 coins, which isn't the end of the world. If I did use De Bruyne, I would have Promes and Malen at striker, ZH and De Bruyne at cam. So Bernardo Silva wouldn't even be good. So maybe this setup is probably the best. So we'll have Politano and ZH at cam. And so we'll bring Tonali back down into the centre mid role. In at right back, I don't think I have a right back that works. Oh, I do have Danilo. Let's use him. And then who have I got? Now, Tonali already has full chem, right? Yeah, he does. Let's use him. We've got Edison in the club. It will give David Luiz full chem. And then who have we got as a final centre-back? I don't want to use Van Dijk. I need 5 wins in total, right? Now, Laporte doesn't quite get full chemistry. Varane won't get full chem. Do I go back to La Liga? It's a shame. I would like to start using that David Luiz more and more. But I think we're going to have to go here. We're going to have to get rid of him here. I'm going to have to play with one of these guys off chem as well. So PK will be off chem there. And Varane will be off chem there. And then we'll convert Tonali down. It's not a bad setup. We're going to be using Danilo for not the first time, but not you know, we don't use him much. So it's going to be interesting to use him. Let me just see, is there a better way to start this team? If I start in 4-4-2, I actually might be able to do it starting with 4-4-2 without having to position change anyone. He goes there. He goes there. He goes over there. And he goes over there. Oh, maybe I can then use Kevin De Bruyne. ZH gets full chem. Malen gets full chem. Do you know what? I would just prefer to use De Bruyne. He's a Team of the Year card. He will make this job way easier. We'll pop Bernardo Silva in there. And now I can use... Now, PK doesn't get full chemistry. So I can use either Cancelo at right back here, which I don't particularly want to do because of the chem style. I can use Kyle Walker, who works. Got a perfect chem style. There you go. So Varane's going to be off chem. And PK is going to be off chem. Maybe now I can go with David Luiz. I'll go with David Luiz. It's that other Premier League defender that I don't have. Although, I might go back to that same defence that we just had. We might take David Luiz, João Cancelo, and Edison. And go from there, because that's the Man City link as well. Which I think works, right? Pop him in there, and then take PK out for there. So David Luiz doesn't get full chemistry, but I'm okay with that. Cancelo and Walker are there. That's a pretty solid squad. Yeah, David Luiz gets a really nice boost anyway. That's a pretty solid squad. I'm happy with that. And then we're going to use this team. And now the gameplay, guys, is going to be post-commed, because we haven't done some post-com stuff for a while. So I'm going to go and play 4 or 5 games. Hopefully we'll get through this, nice and easy. And we'll go from there. So who do I want? I want Di Maria. We'll take Jordi Alba just as a backup defender. We'll take Politano because I'm a big fan of him. We'll take Perisic and see if we can get him on for a game or two as a sub. We'll take Acuna as a good defensive option. And then let's go for... Who else we got? I don't mind that Morales card either. And I've got one more sub spot left. Who am I missing? I'm missing someone big. I can feel it. Mendy wouldn't be a bad shout. Who am I missing that's big? Firmino wouldn't be a bad shout. Maybe I'm not missing anyone that's big. Let's bring David Villa. Always a big fan of him. So, the chemistry... No, not the chemistry. The custom tactics, very much the same as what we did in the last video. Pressure on heavy touch. Balanced on everything. The formation will be the 4-2-2 again. And we'll set up Malen and Promes as the strikers, because we are going to want to get them as much as possible involved. And I'm going to have to use either Bernardo Silva or Kevin De Bruyne at CDM. And obviously Kevin De Bruyne is just going to be way better suited for it. So we'll put Bernardo Silva in at that cam spot. And that's how we're going to play there. And then for instructions, once again, it's just going to be the same. Now, obviously, I've got to score with the Eredivisie players, as well as winning the game. Now, the other things I've got to do is obviously just the low-driven shot on the chip-through balls with the Eredivisie players. So we've got to focus down that left-hand side more than down the right-hand side. But that's going to be the team that I'm going to go and get into some games with. So let's go and get into the... Oh, hold on. We need a manager. We're going to need a Premier League manager, aren't we? Here we go. Let's get that EPL manager in there. And that's going to give David Luiz and João Cancelo a nice little boost too. Everybody's on full chem except that ZH as well. I'm happy with that team. Let's get into some action. All right, guys. As we get into some gameplay, I am playing at a fairly high skill rating from the early game. But because I haven't played Rivals for a while, I don't really know... I wasn't really sure as to what we were looking for like the ability here. You know, we're only in Division 3. I don't know if at this stage in the game, most of the, you know, I don't know if like the way people are balanced is better spread, even, you know, with objectives and stuff. So I wasn't really expecting much, but we're going to be trying our best in every game because obviously scoring with midfielders is going to be important. But the first comment we've got is from James Corrigan. He says, Yonep, when's the gameplay going to be returning? As over these past few episodes, it's been hard to watch and a bit boring. Well, in the video that you put that comment in, James, there was gameplay. So you could have watched that gameplay there. That would have been good for you. But now we'll be back. Obviously, during Team of the Year, we had that one opportunity, that 1 week, to do as best as we possibly could to try and get the most possible Team of the Year cards. And, of course, we ended up getting 2. We're using 1. And we also crafted Bernardo Silva, David Luiz, and 2 sections of Eden Hazard through the upgrade. So I think all in all, we definitely came out on top. You know, I think Team of the Year was good. But if I'd have played way more gameplay and done less, you know, less to do with the packs and the building and stuff, we just wouldn't have had as much, and we wouldn't have had the chance to build as much. So that's why there was a lack of gameplay before. Kakashi says, if Headliners is this week, does that mean Future Stars is likely to be next week? I can't speak for what EA plan to do, because I know I'm literally in the same boat as you guys. I know exactly as much as you guys do. But I would assume that either Future Stars has been cancelled or it's been moved because the idea behind Headliners is that they are an upgrade on live cards. Well, they're live cards basically, right? So it doesn't make sense to put them in the game later. So it would make sense if EA, you know, produced Future Stars in 2 weeks or 4 weeks or something. You know, that was obviously one of the most well-received promos of the year last year, so I think EA would be foolish to not bring it back this year. But I also understand why Headliners has been put in its place, and I'm excited for the Headliners promo, mostly because I'm hoping that we'll end up picking up a good season objective card, and maybe just some good cards that I might just want in the team. You know, when we look at the squads that we're building now, it would be good to have a couple more defenders from the leagues that we're a bit short on. I think that's definitely an area of this RTG that we're a bit low on. So it'd be real good to have some of that sort of stuff. That's basically it, really. So the first game here as well, we was playing some nice FIFA. I found myself 3-2 down, and we ended up scoring a really nice goal there. He played the offside trap, allowed me in with Tagliafico. Lovely little fake shot inside, cuts it to Di Maria. And I tell you something, guys, I really enjoy this Di Maria card. I think he's absolutely fantastic. The next comment is from Ben. He says, you do realise you can sub on anyone once the game starts. You don't need a Prem bench. I do realise that. I just wanted a Prem bench. Since we're doing the themed, like what we're trying, obviously, and we're going to continue to try it throughout January, but what we're trying on the road to glory since just before Team of the Year is where we started, where we did a first owner Bundesliga squad. We did the 3 million coin squad builder. We did the first owner La Liga squad, the first owner England squad. We did a few squad builders for icon swaps previously. Because we're doing them as themed squad builders, I want to keep the theme, basically. You know, obviously this one is Eredivisie themed squad builder. Now, there's no real theme here because I'm not going to use a full Eredivisie squad when I don't particularly need to. But that's why I put full Prem bench on. I just thought it would be cool to use only Premier League players. The next comment is from Kieran. He says, don't understand why they didn't release all milestones at the start. Isn't the whole point to slowly build up to them? And we've obviously had this discussion and this debate for pretty much the whole game cycle. You know, when the game first came out, not even in early access, it was whatever the earliest one was. There was like the pre-order access and then the early access where you got the game like super early for 10 hours. And during that 10-hour access, the milestones had the golden goat, the goat, and the whatever the other badges. I can't even remember what the TIFOs are, for 300 wins in squad battles, rivals, and champs. And during that period of time, I was saying to people on stream, like, guys, if this is genuinely what there is, then I will delete like my Road to Glory account. I'm not playing for this. And it was a big surprise to me when the full game came out that actually that is all there was, right? It was a massive surprise to me that is all there was. And so I thought that we'd be seeing some big additions to the milestone section. You know, it's the only new area of the game. I thought we'd see some big additions to the milestone section really, really quickly. And we didn't see anything. So as the game cycle went on, I thought to myself more and more, they're just surely going to start flooding this up. Like basically what they had, not on the beta. They had some stuff on the beta, but there was it was the game changers, like even earlier access, where there was some good stuff. And there was a load of good stuff, and then there was even a load of good stuff in EA's kind of like when EA took us through all the information and gave us the new feature milestones and stuff. There was loads of stuff there with scoring goals and transfer world tour and things like this, and it got me super excited for that area of the game, only for them to completely dismiss it and ignore it. And it's a weird one, because as you say, Kieran, I would have expected everything, or maybe most things at the very start, with the addition of some things going forward. Like for example, a headliners milestone would be great. They can't give us a headliners milestone until the headliners promo is out. A team of the year milestone would be great. Imagine team of the year Lewandowski as a milestone objective player, make him real difficult to get, sure, but you can't obviously unlock that milestone or add that milestone to the game until that promo exists, right? So I was hoping for like a big foundation of things to start working towards, and then a few more additions as the game cycle goes on. I think what the problem is, where one of the biggest things that what I think EA kind of look at is this going to improve the experience for casuals? I don't think it will. And is it going to allow hardcore players to get end game squads quicker without spending money or spending time on the game? And the answer to that is probably yes. And so therefore, in EA's eyes, it creates a world and a situation where they don't want that. They don't want if it doesn't benefit the casuals in really any way, they don't care. And if it makes it too easy for the grinders and the hardcores, they definitely don't want that in the game. So that's why I think we're waiting for it. But I thought Team of the Year would be the next time that we start to see a monster amount of them. So we'll see how this week goes. But obviously with the headliners promo coming, I don't know what we're going to be getting on with that either, whether we're going to be getting milestones or not. But if they don't end up putting in loads of milestones and stuff until Team of the Season, and if they don't end up upgrading these milestone players and such until towards, at least the second half of the game cycle, it is just an area of the game where it's like, what was the point in that, I suppose? And then the last comment we've got, also based around promos and such, is from Amish. He says, "Hey, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I don't know about you and the others, but with these back-to-back promos coming out, I feel like I'm promo fatigued. I understand that as a content creator, these promos are your livelihood, but I feel like I would like to have a month in this game without any promo. I feel as though the gameplay is heavy whenever the promo is running because of heavy traffic on the servers. It felt extremely heavy during this Team of the Year promo, which it really did. It was a nightmare to play this game during the Team of the Year week for sure. Said, I would love to have a quiet couple of weeks in the game, free of all promo. These are just my thoughts. Would love to know yours. Thanks for your videos. I enjoy them a lot." So I somewhat agree. Even in terms of content, right? What promos have done for content creation is removed a lot of the success around other creative things that I and others used to do. Like I used to do the best team in FIFA, where I would take your guys' teams and play with them and let you know where you can improve, whether or not it's a good team, could I win Division 1 with it, so on and so forth. But in this day and age, I can't do that anymore because there are so many promo cards and so many untradeable cards, and this game is just so heavily overburdened with players that it's just generally really difficult to keep up with everything. Even as a content creator or somebody that plays this game day in, day out like I do, is very difficult to keep on top of things. So whilst it has a positive effect on some videos, it actually has a negative effect even on some other videos. Like if the promo card, if EA release an SBC that is not outstanding, people just don't care to watch it. And so it's one of those things where in FIFA 17, when a few more promos started to come out and we would get an SBC card maybe once a fortnight or once a month and a promo once a month at best, it made massive changes for content creation because everyone was so hyped to be like, oh my God, what is this? What have we got to do here? What are we seeing? But in this day and age, like you, Amish, because there's so many promos, people just kind of have lost interest in terms of, again, the hardcore people that watch content and such. They really just don't care as much because the promo cards themselves are so far behind the power curve in general that that even like if Headliners comes out and those cards aren't outstanding, people just typically aren't going to care. They're not going to care to play for the card. They're not going to care to watch the packs, or they're not going to care to buy them off the market if they're not going to improve on the cards that people have already got. So I think in general, yeah, the massive promos has truly had a negative impact on FIFA, just periodically over the last 4 years. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.